What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm Soulslike. Thanks for tuning in today. It's been about 8 months since I've talked about Black Myth Wukong, the upcoming action role-playing game by Chinese indie developer Game Science, which is based on the classical 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, and you'll be playing the protagonist, the Monkey King. And this literally just came out of the blue. Nobody expected it. It was 8 minutes of gameplay. They also released 2 other cutscenes as well. So, like always, I'll leave links in the description below so you can check them out in full if you haven't already. This is definitely one of my most anticipated games to play when it releases. And I've always been into Chinese culture, Japanese culture. That's the reason I like games such as Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro. With Sekiro being like my second From Software game, my original was Bloodborne. Never played any of Dark Souls. Still not even stepped into the world of Elden Ring just yet. But you can definitely tell from this 8 minutes of footage, this is exactly the feel they're going for. It's Souls-like, but it also shares familiarities with Sekiro because he only has a bow staff. So in Sekiro, he only had his katana, so Monkey King only has his bow staff. So there'll be different variations of the bow staff, more powerful versions. But his staff can do many things, it can expand and stuff, and he also has loads of different abilities as the Monkey King. And it's nice to see a serious take on the Monkey King as well, because the Monkey King is usually silly and stupid, even though he's very powerful. And I've seen multiple movies of actors portraying the Monkey King. So as soon as I saw that they were taking like a serious take on it, and we saw that first bit of footage, I was already sold, and that was alpha. This is still alpha. So as we see in this segment, he's facing against another enemy type that we haven't seen before with this massive head, and using these abilities. He's using his clone ability. It's nothing we haven't already seen before, but I love the effect of him hitting the ground. You see the rocks come up, they fall down. Then we see him foraging for ingredients, so you'll be able to find ingredients within the world. As he continues to explore, he comes across a shrine, which is literally a save point, just like you see in Dark Souls with your bonfires. And unfortunately, I'm not fluent in Chinese, so I don't know what any of this says. I'm guessing maybe upgrades, save point, maybe fast travel. And before he used the shrine, he was actually low on health, so it revitalizes your health. So he's continued to explore, and then he comes across this white root, which you'll see the significance of the root further in the showcase. He continues moving around the environment just to showcase the trees, the water, the bridge. It just looks stunning in Unreal Engine 5. With the graphical fidelity they're going for with this game, it just looks top notch. Then, just like that white root before, it's like, I think they call them the mimic chests. So it looks like the same root, but it's not. It's a root type enemy. Then he has a little bit of a battle with this root type enemy. Does get a bit of a pummeling, to be honest. Even getting headbutted by the enemy. We see the flash, which is very reminiscent of Dark Souls games, or any From Software game in general. Then he uses his roots to hold him in place, easily breaks free of that. So he tries it again, but uses his bow staff, extends it. I love this, how he can sit on his staff and then just bam, and that enemy's done with. Then we get a look into inventory. As you can see, he's wearing a different outfit from what he usually wears. He's usually blue. Not sure if these outfits are beneficial or it's just cosmetic. Then we have all these ingredients. Don't know what this says because it's Chinese, but we can see different enemy types, so it obviously ticks off that he's defeated that type of enemy, and give you a glossary of what that enemy entails. Makes his way to this waterfall and then uses a magical ability to open the waterfall, basically get rid of the water completely, which leads to a loading screen, because that's what going through a passage in any game means. Just a loading screen. And then it moves on to the last boss encounter that we see, which is a massive dragon with lightning abilities. All the lighting and the graphics look amazing when he's trying to strike him. Cutscenes are fantastic. I can't really say anything bad about this. It just looks beautiful. Really captures the essence of the Monkey King. So the last enemy type is this massive dragon, which reminds me of like the types of ornament dragons that you see, or even the dragons. It's because of the colors that you see like in the festivals and stuff, like a jaded dragon using electrical abilities and a lot of leaps and stuff. So it's a lot of dodging. I like the effects. The effects look cool. I like how it leaves like an image of him when he does a perfect evade. Then he does like this, he turns himself into stone to block the attack. It's something we've seen in Mortal Shell, and just like before, he's getting a bit of a beating, having to sip on that flask a lot more. And what we can see on the bottom right is his abilities of 1, 2, 3, 4, and that picture meter that he's building up. He uses a freeze attack, which we've seen before, to pummel it a bit more, staggers it. Basically, it's down, so he can just hit it with an expanding staff there, do a bit more damage. They continue to fight on. He continues getting beat. The lighting effects in this are just stunning. The whipping of the tail. Then he transforms into another being, which we have seen in previous footage before when he was fighting one. So as you can see in the bottom left corner, that yellow bar that's going down, that's the amount of time that he has within that form, and eventually it runs out. So this is like a rock enemy, so it's not doing any damage to him. but he can do damage to it, which just goes to show if you defeat these beings, you'll be able to change into them and mimic their attack patterns. So then he runs out of time and he just like plop and then becomes the Monkey King again. So they continue to fight, and then he sips on a different type of flask, which is like a red one, which you see there, which gives him, his meter is completely full on the bottom right, and he's going to go for a ultra special attack and then just gets killed. I bet a lot of From Software fans have felt the same moment on regular occasions where you're just about to kill the enemy and then boom, you're dead. But that's all we got to see, as well as these cutscenes, which are story cutscenes. We see a spider enemy in that one. Old woman turned into a spider. So I still think it looks fantastic. I still can't wait to play it. Can't wait for a release date. We don't currently have a release date. Another thing to note as well is that the performance has increased. If you're a Souls fan, this will be definitely up your alley, as well as you like Chinese culture and mythology, because I love the Monkey King. I'm really happy they're bringing it to the gaming space. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts. I also want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a breakdown. There's nothing special about it. As of recording this video, tomorrow we have Gamescom kicking off. So stay tuned for more videos like this coming down the pipeline. Support the video with a like because it helps out me and helps out the channel, and I wouldn't ask you otherwise. Subscribe for more upcoming games. You'll find other games on my channel if you want to check those out. You'll find social links down below if you want to support me in that space. Hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below, and as always, have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.